Hi and good morning everybody. We're here for our live aliens edit. Let me just make sure my mic is on because last time I didn't have my mic on. Okay, good, it's on. Okay, all right, let's get my folder open. I just need to find it here. I have all of the stock picked out. Just need to find the folder. Okay. So let me just switch my cameras here. Okay, so here's all the stock that I've picked out for the alien project. When I think of aliens, I don't know why, but I always think of like, you know, a farm field. And so that's kind of what we're gonna do today. We're gonna make a farm field, and yeah, my child is going to be abducted by aliens. So the first thing that I want to do, let me switch back over here, is make a new file. So I'm gonna go file new, and I always like to do here, I'll just bring this over here so you can see. I always like to do the portrait, and I always do like width at 4,000, height at 5,000. I'm just gonna rename this. All right, and we always want to keep our resolution at 300. That's the best for that I find. You get the best quality. Now, sometimes because I use my actions, the actions have to be used with an 8-bit. 6-bit, 16-bit is probably better because you get more color variety and things like that, but I always switch it to 8-bit just because of using the actions. I won't have to switch the file back over and all of that fun stuff. Transparent, color, profile, pro photo, RGB, and that looks good to me. Oops. Why can't I can't see that. Okay, create. All right, there we go. Now I'm just gonna start bringing over my photos I picked out here. I'll start with the sky. So I'll bring that one over. And I just dragged and dropped it in from the folder I have open. All right, so this is going to be the sky. Now I'm probably going to stretch it out, but I also want to bring over the grassy field. Oops, I guess I have to press enter first on that one. I'm going to rename this layer sky and bring the grass over. Okay, so I am going to have like some flowers down in here in the bottom. So I do want to leave some space for that. But I think what I'm going to do is hit enter. I'm just going to hide this layer for now, and I'm gonna stretch this one out. So we will go Control T, and I'm just gonna unclick this. I'm just gonna stretch it a little. I don't want to go too much because I don't want the sky to get too distorted, but that looks good right there. And then I'm just going to probably, let's see, let's bring this up for a second, or down, I mean, because we want a little bit, we want this to be a little more sky than grass and stuff, because the ship is going to be like up here. So I'm going to go to edit, and then actually, let's try to make a copy on that one. I'm just gonna rasterize this one. And so rasterizing the layer will make it go from the smart object, and so now this layer is not a smart object. But what I want to do is kind of stretch just the sky part up a bit. So I'm gonna do the content aware scale, and I'm just going to like bring this up a bit. And content aware scale helps you like stretch the image without like that distortion that I was just talking about when I was just stretching it out like normal. So yeah, that gives us a little more sky. And I'm just gonna merge this back down, or merge these two together, and right click and turn this one back into a smart object. Okay, so let's turn this one back on, and I'm just going to bring the opacity down and see where that grass is. And I want to just give us a little more grass in the bottom here. And I'll hit enter, and we're going to bring the opacity back to 100. And I'm going to take make a layer mask and take a hard black brush, like 80%ish, and I'm just gonna paint that sky out. So click here. Oh, we need that at 100%. Click and shift. Okay, and I'm just gonna color that out. I just want to see the layer mask actually. So how I'm turning the layer mask on is I'm hitting the little like what is that called? It's the button that's just under your backspace button, the little slash. Okay, so I'll hit that again, turn that off. All right, so this layer does need to come down in brightness just a bit. Actually, I do kind of like how bright that is, but I might darken it up back here a little bit. But maybe we'll do that later. Let's just get all of the files kind of put together here. So I'm gonna bring in, I wasn't sure which flower layer I wanted to use. I probably will use both, but let's bring this one over first. Okay, and I'm gonna bring that down. All right, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna delete this layer really quick here. I might bring it over and see what the remove background will do, and maybe it'll just kind of pick out some of the flowers for me, because I don't want to have to do all that selecting. I'm feeling a little lazy today. So let's make a copy, go to these perspective panel, or sorry, properties panel, and then hit remove background and just see. Yeah, I can't even select. So maybe try select subject. Can't find a subject. Great. All right, I guess I am doing selecting. Woohoo, that'll be fun. We'll just make a copy. So go to layer, duplicate layer, and go to alien project. Hit OK, close this one, no, and we will convert that to a smart object. And just kind of bring that down. Okay, so I'll put a layer mask on here, and I'm gonna paint the sky out with a hard brush. My puppy wants to come back inside, so I'm just gonna go let her in. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just gonna hit Control T and just kind of scrunch this down a little bit. Okay, so let me just figure out where I want these flowers to end. Probably right about here. Maybe go down like this. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I know it looks really bad, but we'll work around it. Okay, and then I'm gonna just bring these closer flowers in. Let's see if the remove background will work on this one, because it's got that blur back there, so it might actually work-ish. Nope, not really. Let's try the select subject. No, it still just wants to do the same thing. Okay. Oops. Okay. And again, put this here. Color this out. Just roughly. Okay, this layer, just gonna move it up a bit. I actually don't know if I even need that layer anymore. Maybe a little bit. But I'm gonna move it because I want to keep that grass in there, and I want more of these flowers. Like right there. Okay. Actually, let me just kind of bring. Oops. I just want to see what it looked like if I just bring this one layer in. Maybe that's better actually than having this one in. This is the fun part, just like figuring out where to place everything and what stock to use. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to bring a brightness and contrast in here and create a clipping mask and just bring the brightness down on these. And contrast up a bit. And color balance. Right click on that one. And I want to bring a little more of the magenta in there. And a little bit more blue. And a little cyan, maybe? Okay. So I'm actually going to put a little closer in here and clean this up a bit. Oops. I was on the wrong layer, this one. I'm gonna probably make these flowers, they're gonna be blurry, all blurry anyways, so just see. Let's just go filter. Make sure you're on the actual layer, and I'm gonna go blur, and then Gaussian blur. I'm gonna do, let's see what's 5. Oops, not 55, just 5. And I'm gonna paint that off of these background flowers, I mean. Right here. So I don't want those to be more blurred. Okay, and then we'll go down to like, sorry, make it a soft brush and go to 50. Okay, something like that. Alright, so I won't clean up the layer right now, but let's just put all of these in a folder. I just want to get the rest of the stock and everything in there. So flowers. Alright, this layer, I'm going to, oops, control that. We'll put a brightness and contrast layer on that. And right click, create a clipping mask. Just bring that brightness down. Okay, these flowers are, I'm gonna have to go back and change the color of them, but I want to put the, kind of get a soft brush, and at 50% I'm gonna paint that light, the brightness and contrast layer off right in the middle here. Because I liked how bright it was. Go back to the white brush here. Okay, these flowers, yeah. Let's go back into this brightness. Bring it all the way down. And need a little more. I think I actually need to desaturate these a bit instead. Yeah, I think they just need a little desaturation. So I'm going to go into a hue and saturation, right click that down, clip it down, and just bring some of the saturation out. And I'm going to go into the greens, and we're going to kind of bring them more to the blue. Those are kind of more yellow. Okay, never mind. We'll desaturate those a bit more. Let's go into yellows. We want to make those more kind of a little more blue, I think. Let's just see what looks better here. There, that's better. Okay, we need another brightness and contrast on this. Clip it back down. Okay. Alright, and on the sky layer, let's put this in a group. Call this grass. The sky layer, let's go to our color balance, clip that to that one, and we really want to bring more of the cyan in there, a little more blue. A little more green. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Alien project. Okay, let's bring in our barn. Now, I'm really not sure where, if I want it placed like in front of the hill or like on the hill. Maybe like right here. Do I want, maybe I don't want that bit in there. Okay, do that. Okay, and then we are gonna do, let's double click on this smart object here and unlock that and remove background. Let's just see what that does. Perfect. There we go. All right, so we'll close this and hit yes because we want it to save that way. Let's say copy. Okay, I'm actually gonna have to delete this one. Where did I save that? You know what? I'm just gonna select it out here. So we'll just do that. And again, with like a fairly hard brush at like 83%, 100% for this one. We're just gonna select this bit out. Oh, I have the wrong color. We want black brush. I need a smaller one here. Alright, I'm gonna just go to softer brush in a minute here. Let's a little bit better. Okay, so go to a softer brush. I'm gonna put this to 40%, and I'm just gonna kind of blend in the grass here a little bit. All right. Perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but pretty good. All right, so we'll just grab this layer and drag it and bring it over to our alien project. And I'm just gonna make that a smart object. Convert to smart object, Control T to resize. Oh, I'm just gonna hit Control Z to go back because I forgot to clip my little chain there. And bring the cows in somewhere. Where do I want them? I'm thinking maybe I want them on that hill back here. Maybe back like this. Okay, and let's go to our brightness and contrast and create a clipping mask. Just bring those way down. Now we will go to our color balance, create a clipping mask. We want a lot of blue in there and a lot of cyan in there and a little bit more magenta. Kind of like that. Now, I'm not sure if that's the exact placement I want the cows. Right there looks pretty good. I like that. Do I want them going the other direction though? That looks pretty good right there. I like that. Okay, so we'll put a mask on those guys. Call these cows. This one is the barn. Okay, I'm gonna put the sky in a group. Sky. Control G. Put the barn in one. And cows. Alright, I'm just gonna save this again. As well. Close these cows here. No. Okay, so spaceship. Whoops. I'm showing you guys my news. Alright, remove backgrounds. And bring this layer over to our folder here. We're gonna convert this to a smart object, so right click, convert to smart object, Control T to resize it. And I want it to pretty much take up the entire sky. Maybe even more. Just make it pretty darn big. I want to still leave enough space between here though. So do that. And that is my dog. Duke, quiet. All right, and let's bring up our brightness and contrast. Right click, create a clipping mask, and bring that brightness down. Okay, definitely gonna need to clean up a little bit of this, but it's actually pretty good. So, does it need to come down a bit more? Maybe a bit more. Right about there. Okay, and we're gonna group this. Control G, ship. Okay, I think I've got all of that stock in. Now I'm going to bring in some Pixel Squid stuff. So I'm gonna log into my Pixel Squid. Penny! Sorry, my one dog is getting super hyper and she's setting Duke off barking. She always does that. She's very, she's still a puppy, so she's like very hyperactive. And he's old and a super like fun police. No one's allowed to have fun in this house, according to him. So he's always barking at us whenever we laugh or like, see, there he goes. He's so funny. All right, I'm gonna bring this guy in first. Okay, and we'll add a few more of these butterflies in. I was kind of wondering, because this is like a night scene. Do butterflies even come out at night? Like, I don't... Do butterflies come out at night? I'm just gonna Google it, because I don't want us to be unrealistic. They fly in the daytime. Moths. Oh, these are moths. That's right, I changed it so that they were moths. Fly at night. Okay. There. Okay, interesting. You learn something new every day. So I was just seeing if moths are attracted to flowers. And they do with ones that bloom at night. So that's pretty cool. All right. So let's add in some more butterflies. Really liking how this one's turning out, actually. It's super cute. Okay, add a new object. Yeah, I know I'm kind of crazy. Like, I didn't need to, this is a composite, right? Like, you don't need to be accurate for like everything, but it's like, I don't want somebody commenting, butterflies don't fly at night, you know? So I switched it to a moth. But like, so this is for actually a while ago when I was doing those emoji projects. If you guys have been following me on TikTok, you may have seen them. So like the bell one was my first emoji project. And then the second one was Alice. Was Belle? Yeah, Belle and Alice. And then the third one was the robot. And aliens was, this one is the fourth one. And so the three emojis that came up were a butterfly, alien, and what was the third thing? A bear, like a teddy bear. So this is what's, come into my brain for that particular project. So yeah. I'm gonna have this guy flying in the front. We'll add a couple more. Excuse me, I'm still kind of getting over a cold, so I don't know if anyone else in this group is part of, like, has school age kids, but man, I catch everything that they catch. Like, I think last time I was sick, I had the flu, and then I caught a cold last week from my daughter, and yeah, seriously, catch everything. Okay, I'm not sure how much more. I probably will put like maybe 2 more in here. 2 more. But I'm gonna group these guys and call those moths. And we're gonna put a brightness and contrast layer over the entire group and just darken them up because it's just throwing me off a little bit. All right, so, whoops. Okay, 2 more. Oops, keep hitting the wrong buttons. Add another, let's pick another one of this guy and just do a different angle. Maybe put them further back. Hi. Do like how do I want, which angle do I want for this guy? Oh, that was kind of a cool angle. See if I can get that back. There we go. That's good. Oh, too much. Make that one pretty small and bring it over here. Why didn't it not switch? Didn't switch. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Is it still going? Okay, good. Okay, that fixed the problem, but I may have cut out a little bit there. Hopefully we're still good. Okay, this guy just doesn't want to turn for me. So let's just turn him around and see if it fixes itself somewhat. There we go. All right. Perfect. All right. But I don't know if I want him right there. Maybe we want to kind of have him flying like here-ish. What does that look like? Maybe he needs to be smaller. There we go. Okay, and this guy, yeah, no, he looks about the right size. Okay, and these moths also all need to be blurred, so I'll have to go through and blur them all. My dog needs outside. I'm just gonna let her out. 1 second. Oh no, you ate Mario. Penny, you're not supposed to eat Mario. What are you doing? Bad girl. Okay, so let's bring up my Lightroom. Okay, I'm gonna save this actually. And maybe I'll blur all of these butterflies as well. Ugh, they're not butterflies, they're moths. Okay, so filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Like 2 for that guy. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And we'll do 2.5 maybe for this dude. Yeah. Okay. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We'll do 3 on that guy. This guy is super close, so we'll blur him at 5. And filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We will blur this dude at 2.3. Maybe 3, 2.5. I think this guy needs a little more blur actually. Filter. Oh, actually I'm just gonna double click on this and maybe we'll put him at like 4. Okay. And they all also are gonna need some grain. So let's put some grain on them. Filter, noise, add noise. And for this next one, I'm just gonna hit Control-Alt-F, which is, we're gonna right click and clip that mask down. And we again want to add that kind of blue tone and a little cyan. Okay, and yeah, that looks good for right now. I'm going to make another, let's hit Control G. Put moths. so that they're nice and all in the same folder. All right, so I'm gonna bring up my Lightroom. And bring up my daughter's picture. Right here. Which ones did I choose? Alright, I had a few that I kind of wasn't sure. I might have to splice her together a little because I liked certain arms and legs and stuff. So we'll do these three probably. Yeah, this one, and this one, and I'm gonna bring those in to Photoshop. Those shoulders a bit. Okay, so right now I'm just kind of trying to match up the I Heart Unicorns thing on her shirt. Which will probably help me get her to the right size. Not doing a great job, am I, of lining this up? All right, something around there. So I'll just hit enter on that one, and then we'll bring the opacity back up and put a layer mask on that and hit Control or Alt backspace to bring that up, fill it in, and with my brush at 100%, I'm just gonna bring in the other arm and shoulder and leg. I might have to just color in all this so that the writing doesn't look all weird, and then switch my brush back to bring the gray back in. The writing still looks weird there, but I can fix it probably. So just bring this one back. Change that actually. Okay, bring my brush smaller and maybe a harder brush. Yeah, I'll have to fix that a bit. Let's try doing like, oops. A lasso tool. No, I can't do that. Okay, I'll do that later. Let's just make sure everything else looks, oh, her chin there. Okay. Brush. Just make that softer. Just kind of trying to blend the neckline here. Okay, let's check everything else is good. Okay, I want to bring in her hair now, wherever that is. Here we go. And I'm just going to like use my lasso tool to select it. Go Control J. And then this one. All right, well, I'll just drag and drop this one in. And Control T. We're going to actually convert it to a smart object first, then hit Control T, and we have to flip it. Okay. Okay, and I will put a layer mask and on a soft brush at, let's do 20%, I'm gonna blend it in. With my black brush, just gonna blend that hair in. And on this one, I need to bring her hair back a little bit. Oh, what am I doing? White? Yes. But let's do this. Oh, I have that on the wrong layer. Let's see. We want to use this one. There we go. Okay, something like that for now. And let's flatten this. Flatten and just unlock it, and we'll go remove background. Okay, and I'm just going to clean up the hair a bit. Let's choose the select a mask. Oops, what is going on with that? Bring that back in a little bit there. Okay. Ah, whoopsie. Okay. We'll clean up this mask a little bit here. Oops. With my brush. So on the black, hard black brush. Cleanse that. I'm gonna have to kind of clean that up better, doing something else. Let's see. So I'm gonna forget the hair thing that I did, and I'll just clean it up with the, like, I really don't like how that selection worked. So I'm just gonna fix it up myself. And I'll do the rest of that later after I bring her in, but looks like we lost some of her sleeve here. Let's bring back some of these bits the selection kind of took off. Oh, actually, that looks like it's selected pretty good. And bring this leg back in. Oh wait. Bring her little toes back. Great, I only have about 10 minutes, and then I've got to go pick up my son from school. So I'll just finish this up and get her moved over. How's her hand up here look? I think it took some of her hand away. Her little finger looks too small. Okay. We'll start with this. So I'll bring her over to here and turn her to a smart object. Okay, Control T. Now, how do I want her to be? Kind of upside down? That would be kind of fun. Maybe like this. Just trying to figure out where I want her placed. Like something like this, maybe? And I'll hug her closer. And she's gonna have to be smaller. Something like that, maybe. And then we also need our teddy. Now, I had taken a picture of a teddy, but I'm not sure. It's a little blurry because my daughter was like throwing him. So let's try to bring him in. And if it doesn't work, I have a Pixel Squid bear that I was gonna use. So all I'm gonna do is use my quick select tool and select the bear. Okay, something like that. And we'll just select him and then bring him over. Convert him to a smart object. And I'm gonna flip him. So we're gonna do Control T and edit, transform, flip horizontal. And I think I kind of want him to be like they're reaching for each other, kind of. Something like that, maybe. I'm debating how to have my daughters. Maybe something like that. And Teddy. I'm probably gonna have to kind of rearrange her a bit. So maybe I'll play with that. We'll do the puppet warp and kind of play around with that. So I have a few more minutes left before I have to leave. So we will keep her face where it is. I want this, oops, my puppet warp has been weird lately. Okay, there we go. I just kind of want to stretch this arm up a bit. Yeah. And do I like that better? I think I might like that better. And we'll probably puppet warp, oops, Teddy as well. Puppet warp Teddy. So edit, transform, or sorry, not puppet warp. There we go, Teddy. Stretch out his little hand. And I'll kind of just like bring his legs going a different way. There, something like that. And straighter. There we go. And I'm gonna bring them as well as, I'm just gonna hit shift and select those two, as well as the ship. Oh, sorry, not shift. I'm going to hit control and select those three, control T, and I'm just gonna move them all up. And I think for these two, control T, just the subjects, I'm just gonna bring them down a little, like right there. Okay. So I have to leave it at that right now. So I'm just gonna close these. Excuse me. Yes, I'm gonna save this one. And then I'll close this one as well. So how I posed her for this was I kind of had her sitting on a stool and she was just kind of balancing on her butt and like lifting her legs up in different positions. And what I would have done, now that I kind of know that I can splice a bunch of pictures together, like I would have had her, for example, do just her arm placements for one picture and then hold the stool so that she could get her legs up in like different weird positions so it would look a little bit more like she's flying. That's what I would have done. And then what I did with these ones, with this one, was just had her lay on the stool so that her hair was hanging down, to get her hair in. I guess I will save that one. Okay, close that up. And then this one I'm going to save and then close it up as well. And I have to go pick up my son from school. So thanks for joining me today for this live editing session. I think it's turning out super cute already. So I'm really excited to start adding in some of that cool lighting effects and things like that. So we will do that in the next live, which I'll probably come back on next Wednesday to work some more on this photo. So I will see you guys then. Bye.